into my table. So, being I didn't pour this one that long ago, I remembered how to mix it instead of having to look it up and forgetting. So, we all know the resin goes into the hardener. This one's the hardener. I've already sanded my table and made sure there's no like scruffy marks in it. Almost forgot my goggles. Safety is number one. And I did forget my apron. Don't want my clothes get splashes on them. Excuse the dirtiness of my apron. I used it out in the garage and it's not all that clean. So, okay, I'm going to pour 1 part hardener to 3 parts resin. And I'm going to use, I believe it's 1 ounce. It doesn't specify on my bucket, but it is to the 1. So now I'm going to put 3 parts resin into my hardener. So this should take it up to the number 4 for me. And it is. So I'm going to open up my other container. And hopefully, because I always underestimate, I never estimate properly. So hopefully, I didn't underestimate it this time. I may have. Who knows? We'll see. So I need it up to the number 4. Because I got it up to the number 1. And to the 4th. So this one's a 1 part hardener to 3 parts resin. I'll put those out of my way. Now it looks like I may not have enough, but we'll see. And we stir for 3 to 5 minutes. I choose to go in the middle with 4 minutes. Last time I was lucky, my epoxy didn't start smoking and bubbling and it didn't congeal or harden ahead of time. So hopefully, we'll see. It'll be nice to me again this time. I don't know. It seems like epoxy can be quite temperamental if you don't know what you're doing. So I didn't hot glue this or caulk it or anything to the melamine because there's already epoxy in the bottom of it. So I didn't feel the need to put like a barrier or anything like that. Yeah, it's only been 1 minute. So we stir, scraping the sides and the bottom. Make sure we mix it very well. So it's been, we have 30 seconds left. I had to turn the camera off real quick because if not, you guys would have been bored to death. So we have 20 seconds left. And then you're supposed to let it sit for 3 to 5 minutes and allow the air bubbles to raise to the top. So you don't have air bubbles that make it look all ugly. But you guys, I am quite thrilled with my table. I think it looks really, oh, and it has been 4 minutes. I did this last time. Wow. Timer. Let's get rid of it. Okay, so That was 4 minutes. I think that was a fair amount of time. I met in the middle. Just gonna let this drip into here for now. And so I'll let this sit for a few minutes while I assemble my torch, because for some reason my torch, and it's making me look like a liar, for some reason my torch never ever wants to go on right. And now that I'm saying that about it, it went on right. Strange, because it never does that for me. So I'm going to take these off. I'm not going to be splashing myself in my eyeballs. And it's easier to see without them. A few of the bubbles are coming up. There is a little black thing in here. I don't know where that came from. And I got it. Don't want to use that anymore. And I go through a lot of these gloves, the latex gloves, because this is really messy stuff. And I found my box of gloves either Walmart or Harbor Freight. I find them at both places. I always check both places to see if they have any. And I think we stick, for the most part. Dripped everything off. So I'm going to wipe it. And I'm going to put this one off to the side. Sorry, I thought I saw a fuzz. I'm going to put it right here, just in case I end up needing it again, because I may not have made enough epoxy. But, in case you didn't see my last video, this is what the inside of my table looks like. I didn't pour enough, so I have to put a clear coat, because I don't want to go back and use the same colors and then it doesn't look the same anymore. I'll move that again. And I'm going to go ahead and torch it. I don't think it's been 3 to 5 minutes, but I've said this multiple times. I'm an impatient person. So I'm going to go ahead and torch it and pour it, because I need to know if I made enough. Okay. Before I did this, I tried to make sure I didn't have any debris. And lo and behold, I have debris in here. So I just took a rag. It's damp. And I wiped it out. And I'll take the one that I wiped the epoxy off with and just dry it. So I don't know how water reacts to it, so I don't want to leave it damp. Okay. I'm going to put this more towards the middle of the mold, and I just reused the mold that I had it on before, even though it kind of got gouged a little. And we will fill it up. And fingers crossed that, nope, I sure did not make enough. You know, this is starting to be a trend with me. Ooh, and guys, you know what else? I did not make sure my table was level. That is not good. Not good at all. I have my level right here. And that's level. 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 And level. So, I guess it didn't matter that I forgot. And, you know, I don't have enough in here. And for some reason, the right side appears to be higher than the left side, which makes no sense because this thing is supposed to be level. So I'm gonna make a little bit more. I'm just gonna use probably half of what I used before. I'm gonna let all the bubbles come up on that one. And I'm gonna, no, I can't use my stick. I can't use my stick. So, being I don't have another one in here with me, I'm gonna improvise. And I'm gonna use the first thing I found, which is a comb. And I'm just gonna put it right under the mold. Which I think made it a little bit more even. I'm almost positive. Made it more even. But, sorry, I do a lot of talking to myself. I think I want it more towards the middle. And that was not the best idea ever. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab some stuff to kind of put under here to make it a little bit more even. I'll be back in a minute. All right, so I do need more. So I'm gonna make a little bit more. And I don't need as much as last time, so this is gonna be kind of tricky. I don't want to make too much and then waste it. I don't like being wasteful. Which I think is gonna happen. Oh. And I dripped it on my tarp. Thank goodness I have a tarp down here, guys. That's why I put a tarp. And I definitely am going to be making too much. So I think what I'll do is just make a couple coasters after I'm done. Means I definitely have too much. I was at the 1, I need it to the 4. Yeah, this is way too much. But what can I do? I can do nothing about it. So I'll wipe up my mess. I don't want this to end up dripping on the floor. I get on my boots and I track it through the house. Okay, so I mix for another 4 minutes. And I went and put popsicle sticks to kind of even it out. And I believe there's fuzz. I'm going to have to try to get that fuzz out. Don't ask me where the fuzz came from, but there's fuzz. And I'll just restart my 4-minute timer. And stir this for 4 minutes. Again. I put popsicle sticks under my melamine on my sawhorses to kind of even it out, because even though it says it's level, it's not sitting in my table as if it's level. So I'm gonna have to make sure it's level. I'm gonna have to either sit there and spend another hour and a half, 2 hours sanding. I'm gonna have to use my planing bit from my router and see how that works. I really didn't want to do that on my first table because I don't know what I'm doing. You guys practice on wood first. I could do that. I think I might do that. Still another 2.5 minutes to go. And it's more like 2 minutes to go because I was already stirring before I turned that thing on. Told you, I'm very impatient. If I want to be technical, it's 1.5 minutes, but who's counting? Make sure you scrape the sides. Keep mixing, keep mixing. And make sure you are in a well-ventilated area because this stuff does stink. Even though it says floral, it's a liar. A big fat liar. It really, truly is. And I find it kind of odd that this is a 3-to-1 ratio because it doesn't quite. You would think they would sell it to where you had enough of both in order to empty both bottles at the same time. You would have enough of both to use both in your 3-to-1 ratio. Nope, I had to add open another bottle of resin because I did not have enough. But I do enjoy doing this. It is fun. Even if I feel it's very expensive. And I'm excited to start selling my stuff. Or get to the point where I know I'm doing enough to sell my stuff. That would be awesome. I think I might sell this one. A lot of people like to keep their first project. I don't care. I have kids to feed and pets to feed. Okay, so it's been about 4 minutes. Oh, now it turns off. Sneaky, sneaky. And what I'm going to do is I am going to let this one sit a minute so that I have epoxy all over my gloves. I'm going to torch this one. Oh, I'm going to torch this. I'm going to try to get the little, I thought I saw a little fuzzy, I'm already winning. Here's right there. Got that out. And right there. And right there. Okay, I got all 3 of those out. So while that's sitting, I'm going to get all the bubbles out of this one before. Oh, there's another one. Oh man. Let me get all the bubbles out of this one. I don't know where these little fuzzes are coming from. They're really inconvenient. And then it disappears on me. You gotta look at it from just the right angle to catch it. It's over here. I don't know. I think I got it. Okay. So let's torch this thing. It's probably one of my favorite parts because I'm just weird like that. I like the torch. Torch all the bubbles out. I think the torch is fun. I don't know if that's kind of psychotic or not, but I think it's fun. I thoroughly enjoy using it. Oh, I missed a bubble. There you go. Go over one more time so I don't miss any more. And you know what? Daggone it. Keep popping it. Okay. So, I need it again. for the bucket. Squirt all the bubbles out of here real quick. Those are all gone. Okay, those are all gone. Now we can pour the rest of this, which I think I made entirely too much. But that's okay. If it goes over the edges a tiny bit, I can always just sand that down later. Because I really like how this table looks with this wood. This wood's really nice. So, I'll pour very slowly until it reaches the edge, which I can't even tell because it's a clear epoxy. Yeah, a little bit more. Just a little bit. And maybe it's okay if it goes up over the edge a little bit. That way it blends with your wood. And I'm making sure I'm watching all the edges to make sure that I don't end up going too fast and it just spills everywhere. That would be a bad time. That'd be a good time. And I thought I made like way too much, but I don't think so. I think it actually ended up being a decent amount. Okay, now it's starting to go over the edge. On that side, definitely over the edge. So, I think we have plenty. And I only ended up with enough epoxy to maybe make one coaster out of. That's not fun. I was looking forward to making a few coasters. Okay, so I cleaned up that. And it's about to start dripping. Go figure. So I think I'm going to put a popsicle stick on that side. Actually, I'll remove one from this side. That way it'll flow over here. Ah, made it even. It stopped flowing that way. Oh no, now it's flowing this way. Thought I was smarter than the epoxy. Okay, I think it's good. I really do. I think we're good. So I'm going to leave it how it is and hope that it just doesn't, for some reason, flow all the way over that way. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm going to leave that one out. Let's torch it one more time, and I am done pouring. My first complete table. And I was using a heat gun to do my husband's desk with, and I honestly feel like the torch is way more effective. In case anyone's curious, I think the torch is a lot more effective than a heat gun. I think it pops the bubbles faster. So we're just to the edge, over here, and over here, and right here, and it went over there a little bit. So I'm going to try to get all the little fuzzies out. Make sure there's nothing floating in my epoxy, so it's not ugly later. And I'm going to check this corner And it's flowing over just a little. And I know last time I said it's just a little, it ended up being bad. So, but I think this time it will be okay because it's in the wood and it's not coming from under the wood, so I think it will be okay. So, if you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you're interested in helping keep this channel alive, my link to my Patreon is in the description below. And I would like to thank you guys for all the support you have given me and helping me get this channel going. And until next time, have a nice day.